Heat. Heat is what you feel when you realize you aren't the hunter, you're the prey. We've been told for decades that the Megalodon was the undisputed king of the prehistoric deep, a massive nightmare that ruled the seas for millions of years. But we were wrong. Imagine a predator so colossal it treated megalodons like morning snacks. Today on Animal Index, we are counting down the most massive prehistoric monsters that make the Megalodon look like a goldfish. Stick around for the end because the creature at the top of this list is so large it literally broke the laws of biology. Starting our list is the Ginsu shark. While smaller than the Megalodon, its speed was insane. It didn't just bite, it sliced. Scientists found skeletons of giant turtles and mosasaurs with Ginsu teeth embedded in them. It was a specialist in taking down prey far bigger than itself, using its serrated teeth like biological swords to carve through armor and bone alike. This predator was fast, aggressive, and absolutely terrifying for anything sharing its waters. Next, we have the Serpent King. This wasn't a lizard, it was a whale. But it didn't look like any whale you know. It was long, slender, and had a vicious pair of hind legs still attached to its body. It had the most powerful bite force of any mammal in history. If a megalodon wandered into its territory, it wasn't a fight, it was an execution. This creature ruled the warm seas and dominated everything it encountered. Do you think a modern blue whale could survive a Serpent King attack? Let me know in the comments below. Now we meet the Megalodon's only true equal, the Livyatan. It was a raptorial sperm whale with teeth over a foot long. While the Megalodon relied on gills, the Livyatan was a mammal, meaning it was smarter and more calculating. These two giants shared the same oceans, and when they met, the water turned red for miles. The Livyatan hunted in pods, making it even more dangerous than a solitary megalodon. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the prehistoric deep, hit that subscribe button right now. We're on a mission to uncover every giant in the index. You saw him in the movies, but the real Mosasaurus was even more incredible. It was pure muscle with a jaw that functioned like a snake's. It didn't just bite, it unhinged its skull to swallow prey whole. It was the absolute apex predator of the late Cretaceous period, and nothing in its waters was safe, not even other predators. The Mosasaurus was a fearless hunter that would ambush from below, strike with speed and power, and disappear back into the dark before anything even knew what happened. We're getting close to the top of the list. Smash that like button if you think the Mosasaurus could beat a Megalodon. Moving up, we have the armored nightmare known as the Dunkleosteus. This wasn't a shark, it wasn't a whale, it was something far older and far more primitive. Its entire head was covered in thick, bony armor plates, and instead of teeth, it had self-sharpening bone shears that functioned like giant scissors. It could crush through any armor the ocean had to offer. The Dunkleosteus didn't need to be clever, it didn't need to be fast, it just needed to close its mouth. The pressure was so immense that it could snap a megalodon's jaw in half without breaking a sweat. Scientists believe this creature was one of the first apex predators to ever exist, and it set the blueprint for every ocean terror that came after it. Now we get to one of the strangest creatures ever discovered, the Helicoprion. At first glance, it looks like someone took a shark and gave it a spiral saw for a lower jaw. That spiral wasn't just for show, it was a weapon. When the Helicoprion bit down, that spiral spun and shredded everything inside its mouth. Scientists spent over a century trying to figure out how this jaw even worked, because nothing alive today has anything close to it. The Helicoprion was a mysterious predator that patrolled the deep, and its bizarre feeding mechanism made it one of the most unique terrors the ocean has ever produced. Imagine swimming in prehistoric waters and seeing that spiral closing in on you. You wouldn't even have time to panic. We're entering the top tier now, and the Kronosaurus is where things get truly absurd. This was a short-necked plesiosaur with a head the size of a small car. Its jaws were packed with conical teeth designed not to slice, but to grip and crush. Once the Kronosaurus grabbed you, you were not getting away. It hunted everything from giant squid to other marine reptiles, and its bite left puncture wounds that would make a Megalodon flinch. The Kronosaurus was brutal. It didn't ambush, it didn't sneak, it simply overpowered whatever it wanted with sheer force. If the Megalodon was a sniper, the Kronosaurus was a battering ram. Tell me in the comments, would you rather face a Megalodon or a Kronosaurus? Next up is the Tylosaurus, and this is where the Megalodon starts looking like
it doesn't belong on the same list. The Tylosaurus was a giant mosasaur, bigger and more aggressive than the Mosasaurus we already covered. It had a reinforced snout it used as a battering ram, smashing into prey at full speed before they even saw it coming. It hunted in packs, coordinated attacks, and would swallow creatures almost its own size in a single lunge. The Tylosaurus was relentless. It patrolled the interior seaways of North America like it owned them, because it did. Nothing challenged a Tylosaurus and walked away. We're almost at the top of the list. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. The animal index is just getting started. Coming in just shy of the top spot is the Livyatan. This creature has been called the most formidable predator to ever swim the oceans, and for good reason. Its jaws were over 10 feet long and could open wide enough to swallow a small car. It had an extraordinary sense of smell that allowed it to detect prey from vast distances, meaning nothing in its waters was ever truly safe. The Livyatan was so massive that scientists initially thought the fossils belonged to multiple creatures. It was only after careful reconstruction that they realized this was a single animal, a single predator that dwarfed everything around it. The Megalodon was impressive, but the Livyatan was on an entirely different level. It was the kind of predator that made the ocean itself feel small. And finally, at the top of our list is a creature so large it makes the Megalodon look like a common reef shark. The Shastasaurus. This wasn't just a predator. It was a gigantic force of nature. It used suction feeding to inhale entire schools of giant squid like they were nothing. It is the largest marine reptile ever discovered, and it proves that the ocean's true kings were much bigger than we ever imagined. The Shastasaurus was so enormous that its shadow alone would darken entire stretches of reef, and its body displaced more water than a modern cargo ship. It didn't hunt with teeth or claws or venom. It simply opened its mouth and the ocean poured in, taking everything with it. There's a story from the late 20th century of a deep sea research vessel off the coast of Hawaii. They lowered a steel cage deep into the ocean. When they pulled it up, the thick steel bars were bent like paper clips. To this day, no one knows what did it. Was it a descendant of these prehistoric sea monsters, or something even bigger that the index hasn't found yet? Tell me in the comments, do you think these giants are truly extinct? Subscribe for more Animal Index, and I'll see you in the next one.